Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream tonight. We are back with some World of Warcraft hardcore, setting up the scene for the holiday season this year. If you've caught one of my past streams, it's going to start getting cold in my region, so a lot more time inside, a lot more gaming at night. So we're setting up the channel for a little bit of a journey here through probably the holiday season into the new year. We're going to keep up on retail a bit, getting some resources, getting ready for midnight. We're caught up on the story as of yesterday. So that was a huge push to get through the couple of chapters that I didn't have from the War Within. But as we look forward to hardcore, we're going to add in some challenge rules, and I'm going to pop those up now, but those will be available on the about section of the channel. And we're going to do some dice rolling to make our picks for what's going on in hardcore around the gameplay that we do, the character that we pick, the role that we pick, the class, professions, all of the choices around weapons and stuff that we find, whether we want to go self-found. So we're probably going to be starting from scratch here. I know we last left off at my priest that was level 40, but we'll probably dip back into playing that as a healer, but that's not going to be played around this rule set. So I'm going to try to do, if we have a death punishment, give out a gifted sub, and new followers get a free decision roll. But essentially we will roll with our dice roller here, and whatever we pick, that's what we get. And we're just going to continue to make those rolls at each point of decision making, and it should be fun, and it'll add a little spice to it. We've also seen the release of the ultra hardcore add-on. I think that I can't really tie these two together because this restriction will already kind of suck, but we'll try to maybe add that in or play that in one night of the week or something. So in reality, we're going to be like hanging out and just playing in the hardcore space maybe a couple nights a week at max, because it is a little bit more taxing and you got to pay attention to everything. So, normal hardcore rules: don't play when you're tired, don't play when you're, shaky internet and storms and all that. And we're just going to try to get through it. So I had a lot of fun last time, and I'm kind of coming back to scratch the hardcore itch. So maybe a new role, maybe a new class, and we're going to start off with the pick of the faction as well as the role on the class, and then whether we do self-found or not. So tonight's going to be a lot of setup, just setting up characters, setting up bars, making sure that add-ons are working and stuff like that. And then we'll continue with the challenge here as the month goes on. One of the notes is for our channel points, you're able to have a role for the next activity if you use channel points. So we pick up a weapon and you want to use channel points, I can roll whether or not I can use it or something silly like that. We'll try to keep the custom ones intact. Some of them are going to be pretty rough. Like if someone tries to roll like a Makara or something, I'll probably shoot that down unless we're able to do it. If we're, within level or something like that, that we really want to take the chance, then we'll do that. But for the most part, it's going to be kind of just soft activities that guide the way, like using consumables or weapons or silly things like selling your inventory or stuff like that. So pretty much the nat 20 rolls are going to go in my favor. I'll be able to pick any choice that I want that can set up the character for success. And most likely I'll have a lot of restrictions in detriment to our journey here as we are probably going to pick up like a mage with blacksmithing and engineering or something. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. Primary profession roles. I guess it doesn't matter, right? Like whatever you can make or craft with the stuff that you get. Self-found will make that a lot harder, so maybe we'll have to flex that profession choice around something that makes sense, like a mining and blacksmithing together type thing, instead of it just being an absolute mess. So I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. But I kind of thought of this earlier, and I thought it was like a cool way to spice things up. So let's get into it. We're gonna first pick our faction role, and we can start with that. So this role will choose our faction. Here we go. And it's right behind the challenge rules. We've got a 13. So that's not the one I wanted to grab. With that being a 13, we are Alliance. Okay, that's a new spice compared to Horde, which we played last hardcore session. So that's a big role. And I'm going to hide these rules, and then we'll do our role for class after we get into the Alliance. Character creation. So we have human, dwarf, night elf, gnome, and a bunch of classes around those. So it's nice to pick the class, I think, first, and then we'll like zoom into picking up the race and see if any of those racials line up. So from here, let's roll again and see what we get. I'll bring those rules up. Just testing, I have these rules and my dice roll on some keys here. My camera's a little out of whack, so let's just try to get set up properly here. And yeah, we're getting back into streaming, get back into things as far as all of the channel things. So it's nice to kind of take a slower pace and return to some of the challenge content. So let's see now. We've got a class role, and we will hide those for a moment while we roll. We're coming up with a 15. A shaman. Okay, well, that doesn't work. So the equivalent would have to be a paladin because of the horde trade-off. So now we have the chance of playing a dwarf paladin or a human paladin. I feel like more recently we might have played the gnome experience on like mage or something, but I'm kind of game for either one. So let's just do a roll on it. Let's go like evens odds roll on a human versus dwarf. Go again. So we're gonna go evens. So I guess a human. Just that's the first one. Evens versus odds. So human paladin, and we're gonna do male or female. That doesn't really matter too much for gameplay, but something for the character dice roll. And looks like a 7, so we will be doing a female. Male evens, female odd. And then self-found. Let's give a roll on that. How about even yes and odds no? We got odds, so no, we don't have to do self-found, which doesn't really make too much of a difference to me, but we will go into that, and we could just change up couple of the customization options quick. There we go. Let's see. There it is. Level 1 paladin. So we can guide maybe our choices around spec when we unlock our talents. So what else can we roll on early? Probably not too much as far as our rule set goes. We could do professions, secondary professions I left out. Any character that wants to utilize those, we can do that. It's not a big deal. So yeah, I guess we can roll on like a tank, a rep heli, or a healer as like a main role, and just have that in mind and see if we can pick that out. So let's do like a split. Like one's a reroll, 10's a reroll, and 20 I get to. We'll just roll that. So 6 made it into the first column. And I guess with that, let's do like a. I was going to say tank. Like tank, ret, or heals. I haven't played protection. It's really bad in classic. That's like a little tough. I don't know. I guess we just do it like no time like the present. Let's just give it a go. If we can't make it work, then we just like morph into reddish territory. But let's set up our bars and stuff. It's gonna be like a real low key night. And ultra hardcore, don't think we should have it active. I mean, it looks nice. I guess at level 6 you lose your bars, but like I don't really care about add-ons. Add-ons are fine because it's already quite a big challenge. But that's gonna be my choice around this. I think just because of what we've come up with already, I'm gonna save the ultra hardcore for a different time, a different character. So I don't know how we disable this. I think it's just under the main add-on space. Ultra hardcore, yeah. Reload. Yeah, let's have bars and stuff. I think that's a good thing to do. Action bars, I like having them all. Alt key, always show. Sounds good. It like auto attack up over here. I think I had my food over here because we didn't have a mount, and then like potions close by right here. Of course, we'll have our heal. It's nice on like 7. And then just setting up bars. Cast bar underneath. unlock our frame. I like having frames front and center. And this kind of works out because we haven't played on the Alliance side as far as hardcore goes. Nameplates. I think we just want enemy nameplates on. I don't know about all nameplates. Enemy units, minions. That's probably best. And then let's look at where our cast bar is. It's a little tight. Lock frame. Bring these as even as we can with our freehand here. Let's lock the frame. That way we're staring down our opponents here. Got their frames front and center. Couple quests to pick up here as we start out, and just gonna do some minor testing, but I think this is kind of it. This is set for hardcore. It's nice when you've got, you know, one pass through it already. So my settings were kind of all saved in the options area. At least we've got combat, self cast, show healings, nice. What else do we have? Interface with I thought that had loot. Yeah, auto loot. Loot key none. I think that's everything. So then from here, I suppose we just have decisions around gear to make. Maybe like activities, like whether we're going to do something like every level, we might be able to, I don't know, let's say camera all wonky. That's where it's supposed to be. Let's say like we level, then we can decide whether we're gonna like do a dungeon that level, roll on it, and if we have a successful roll, we're able to do it. If not, we have to like grind or something, like grind mobs, and then like maybe we'll get a reset like every hour or something. We can try to re-roll. We got to train weapons. Obviously, we've got to get over to Goldshire and all that stuff. So it's going to be a lot to this, but it's nice to have a path set up and go from there. So maybe tonight we'll just try to get to Goldshire, and again, if you know, we end up dying, I'm going to try to stick to you know, doing a gifted sub and trying to get some more viewership to the channel. Obviously want everyone to get involved in this challenge if you can. So we'll be looking for bags off these mobs. This is kind of actually a nice challenge because I think of all the things that I've played in Classic, Paladin's probably one of the least. I think I might have started Paladin and Burning Crusade, or even after that, like Wrath of the Lich King might have been the first time I tipped into that. So I was playing Mage, Priest, and then finally kind of got into playing late, and I think I like the Blood Elf Paladin look. So I think one of the things we should set up is like if we get a piece of gear, we got to roll on equipping it. And I didn't mean to steal this guy's mob. Like this, if we've got a piece of gear, we need to roll on equip and see what we come up with for using it like an upgrade or trading something up. And if we have an even roll, we have success, odd, no. And then maybe when we like rinse our inventory or return to town, we can roll again and have to have like a little bit of distance between that. See if those upgrades are like available for use. So we got a 7, so we can't equip that. And we'll just oh, this has a game keybind that I gotta worry about. Movement. We've gotta assign this to something. Do I have a different one that collides with? Zoom in function is now unbound. No, that's not what I want. Let's go back to defaults. These settings. Okay, cool. So that's our run walk. We've got couple more wolf meats to get. Oh, and I did turn off or turn down my audio volume while we're in the menu. Bring that back up. So we have a wrist upgrade. We'll have to roll to see if we can use it. And a 9, so no. Check our next quest. I have to change one of my keybinds for auto run. To be R. I think that's what I have it set to for.
How are you?
Retail. Oh, we've got to choose. So 15 full armor bracer. So we just pick up some shoes. And now that we have shoes, also keybind on bag. We got some shoes. We can roll to see if we can use these. And we can. There we go. So that's a different quest. So we're going for kobolds. Next. Quite a few ultra players over here. That's really cool to see. Oh, a belt. Let's see if we got it. Nice. Got an even. We're good to equip. Keep on, keep it on. So this lasts pretty long. Gloves, empty slot. Do another roll on it. We're getting some good upgrades so far. And a 4, so we're good. It'd be nice when we can equip the other gear. Say after this quest or something, we can give it another go. Maybe if we get like a similar upgrade, same slot, we could like roll to use the old one. Pants, Squire's pants. That's an upgrade. See it. $14, solid. The little guys, not the workers. I feel like this is going to be kind of tough for me as far as like making sure we roll on stuff. I'm just going to look at something and be like, oh, an upgrade, and throw it on. Pretty good so far. I don't remember leveling in the human zone last time we played. Maybe on like an alt with bounty or something, but it's been a little while, so pretty nice. Maybe like that's a rule. Like we can, how about that? If we level, we can put on everything that's an upgrade from our inventory. And then like we have to hold off if we fail rolls until we hit our next level. It'll like slow down our upgrade cycle too.
See you around. Need help? For the Alliance. Light bless you. Be careful.
So here, if we go by that, we have think all the upgrades now we should tap at the vendor. If we roll an even, we can sell. And we're good.
King's honor, friend.
I remember playing this when I was younger and just like killing a bunch of stuff, saving up all of my money to buy these upgrades before I even left this area. I'm sure there's like plenty of people who played that way. But they were like, "Oh yeah, this is an upgrade. Sweet. I'm going to like grind it out and get it." And then you quickly realize you like wasted a bunch of money for a vendor. Is this guy upstairs? Oh yeah, it's my class one. That's all right. We got to kill some workers, so we can get into that and then go turn that in. Yeah, in terms of like skill or power, I don't really think that I've got a huge handle on classic, so I feel like it's a fair punishment to do a gifted sub. We might have to like increase that if we're having a breeze. Like we could do like whatever level I die at is the number or something. Just have to see how things are going. And see if there's, you know, any traction with it and people getting involved. So there's a fair possibility I'm just sitting here playing WoW. Like normal. But we had a lot of fun last year, so I'm hoping that this year's a similar situation. Braid gloves. Those will not be an upgrade. I think we should do a roll too on like being able to play this character and just extend the challenge. Like when I log in, I have to roll in order to continue the story. Otherwise, I have to like make a new character and play an alt. And then like still roll on all that stuff. Because I think my like hardcore exposure is pretty limited. I played like the priest and nothing else. So it'd be cool to like play other classes. I'm sure that will happen with just dying. But then we can get a little bit of class flavor into. I feel like we'll probably make it a good bit. Like Duskwood will probably get a little crazy. Because my game knowledge is just a little limited past maybe like Red Ridge, that area. I think we only played priest last time up to 40, so I don't think that I've got any real game knowledge past that point. I mean, some of the areas start melding together like Stranglethorn and whatnot. Oh, that was a big nightmare last time. Just like mob density. Like, it was so hard to get quests done because there were so many people killing everything. And I was playing a healing priest, so This will be just as annoying if we're playing a prop pally, but the role has spoken, so I'm going to try it.
Light be with you. Go with honor, friend. Light bless you. King's honor, friend.
There it is. We got some armor. 55. And we can stop at the vendor with a roll, see if we got it. No. Unfortunately not. We're stuck with our inventory. So we're going to go do the burlap bandanas. What is the protection skill? Because you just train your class skills up. Unarmed. I'm going to have to train that. Now this is where we got to worry about patrols and things spawning and stuff. Now that enemies have aggro. Oh, we definitely need to change our options to have floating combat text. Damage reduction's fine, but what about... There we go. Probably be a good idea to finish up this quest and then maybe get to an inn. We can continue again with the journey next classic day. Gonna heal since we've got mana, dropping down near half health. Don't have any potions or anything yet. No luck on a bag. But get another level. That's big. Level 4. We're getting spawns behind us, so gotta be careful here. Probably just stick to the outskirts for the moment. Yeah, these guys are spawning pretty quick. Big whiff. Ah, we get a shield. Nice. Keep that.
put that aside for the end of this quest where we can get a one-handed weapon. Start kind of diving into that protection idea. Oop, Viper spawning. Just killed that one. This game is just so good. Just always think that. And just going from like retail to here, it's actually pretty refreshing. It just slows down. It's just like nice calm. All right, so let's roll on this armor upgrade for the feet. What do we got? A 12. We can do it. There it is, a little more armor. And we're halfway done with bandanas. Picking up a nice amount. Got a shield, got a couple pieces of gear. Be nice to get a bag. Really help early on. And really, I mean, like there's a surprising number of characters on right now. I think I got to like one or two other people. But people must be really dipping into that Ultra add-on. Nice big crit on that guy. 2 times. Careful patrol here. Should have a better belt. Yeah. All out of bandanas. Oh, nice big hit. At least we'll have bubble. That's like a nice panic button. Running out of fuel here. Right. Here we go.
You need something? See you later. See you around. Have a good one. Safe travels.
Nice. Now we have our hammer and shield. And we'll hold on to the two hand. So let's see if we can vendor. Uh-oh. There's a roll. No. Still can't. So we got Garrick's quest. But I think we're just gonna run over to Goldshire, sit in the inn, and then next play session we can grab a hearth and start off where we left off. But I did want to just hop on, and didn't have too much time to play tonight, so wanted to come up with the main idea around the gameplay, and then I think it'll be a nice like limiting challenge. Last hardcore was like I need to pay attention, but there were only like one or two real big like panic moments. So I feel like this will lock us in to having far more moments of high intensity, and then we can give that ultra add-on a try on something as well, like maybe like a hunter or something that has a little bit of range, tools to survive. So that's kind of insane. Not having a health bar, enemies not having a health bar. It's probably like pretty comfy on a paladin, actually, being able to bubble when you like see your screen starting to dim. But I definitely want to give it a try. There it is. We made our way to Goldshire. The Fargo Deep Mine.
For the Alliance. Hey there. Looking for something specific? Have a good
I'll take your water. All right, we don't want to make the inn our home. We just want the rested XP.
Good day to you.
And that's it. So we got ourselves set up, and we'll continue here in the next play session. Gonna try to make a YouTube series out of all this. So we're gonna just start off, and hopefully we can keep with it, keep playing all the way into the new year. So I think we should definitely hit, within like hit max if we're gonna do that, or at least get pretty high. But yeah, all in all, hope you guys have a good rest of the week, strong finish, and I will catch you in the next stream. Thanks for tuning in the next one.